Allah. بر محمد وآل محمد صلوات. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. عن جابر بن عبد اللہ الانصاری عن فاطمة الزہراء علیہ السلام بنت رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ قال سمعت فاطمہ انہا قالت دخل علی ابی رسول اللہ فی بعض الایام فقال السلام علیک یا فاطمہ فقلت علیک السلام قال انی اجد فی بدنی ضعفا فقلت له اعیذک باللہ یا ابتاہ من الضعف فقال یا فاطمة ایتینی بالکساء الیمانی فغطینی به فاتیتہ بالکساء الیمانی فغطیتہ به وسرت انظر الیہ وَإِذَا وَجْهُهُ يَتَلَأْلَأُ كَأَنَّهُ الْبَدْرُ فِي لَيْلَةِ تَمَامِ وَكَمَالِهِ فَمَا كَانَتْ إِلَّا سَاعَةً وَإِذَا بِوَالِدِيَ الْحَسَنِ قَدْ أَقْبَلَ وَقَالَ السَّلَامُ عَلَيْكَ يَا أُمَّا فَقُلْتُ وَعَلَيْكَ السَّلَامُ يَا قُرَّةَ عَيْنِي وَثَمَرَةَ فُؤَادِي فقال يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جد رسول الله فقلت نعم إن جدك تحت الكساء فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء وقال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوضي قد أذنت لك فدخل معه تحت الكساء فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بوالدي الحسين قد أقبل وقال السلام عليك يا أمّا فقلت وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي فقال لي يا أمّاه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله فقلت نعم إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء ودنا الحسين نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا جدة السلام عليك يا من اختاره الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكما تحت الكساء فقال وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي قد أذنت لك فدخل معهما تحت الكساء فأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله فقلت وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين فقال يا فاطمة إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن عم رسول الله فقلت نعم ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء قال له وعليك السلام يا أخي ويا وسيي وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي قد أذنت لك فدخل علي تحت الكساء ثم أتيت نحو الكساء فقلت السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بدعتي قد أذنت لك فدخلت تحت الكساء فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرفي الكساء وأومأ بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن عاداهم ومحب لمن أحبهم إنهم مني وأنا منهم فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. فقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي إني ما خلقت السماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحيا ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل: يا ربي ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل: هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. فقال جبرائيل: يا رب أتأذن لي أن أحبط إلى الأرض لأكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال الله: نعم قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله. العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك: وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم، وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم، فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله: وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله. إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء فقال لأبي: إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول: إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. فقال علي لأبي: يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي: والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني برسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا إلا نزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي: إذا والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال أبي رسول الله: يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني برسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا وفيهم مهموم إلا وفرج الله هما ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غما ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجة. فقال علي: إذا والله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. سورہ فاتحہ.
Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum, Shadi Mubarak. پر محمد آل محمد صلوات. تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی 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 سخی ہے فاطمہ، محسن علی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ. اختیار کن کے باوجود، اختیار کن کے باوجود چکی پیستی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ. سب مل کے تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ. مصطفیٰ کو مانگنا پڑا، مصطفیٰ کو مانگنا پڑا، تب کہیں ملی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے تو بڑی سخی ہے. بی بی کی طہارت کے بارے میں ایک شعر ہے. صلوات بر محمد آل محمد. آئے ہیں حسن بوقت ظہور، آئے ہیں حسن بوقت ظہور، عصر پڑھ رہی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ. جائے گا جنا میں کیسے شیخ، جائے گا جنا میں کیسے شیخ، در پہ ہی کھڑی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، سخی ہے. کیا تقابل امہات سے، کیا تقابل امہات سے، ماں رسول کی ہے فاطمہ، ہاں تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ. وقت کے امام کے لیے، وقت کے امام کے لیے آگ پر چلی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ. سن کو چھوڑ مرتبے کو دیکھ، سن کو چھوڑ مرتبے کو دیکھ، نوح سے بڑی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ، تو بڑی سخی ہے فاطمہ. اور محمد آل محمد صلوات.
Before I call the Maulana to member, there's a short video that World Federation Council of European Jamaat have sent us. So we'll now just see that video. Bar Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawat.
rich animal life. The largest of all is the mighty African elephant. Some plants develop thorns, and although this doesn't stop certain animals from eating away, it does slow.
What can we do and achieve without having sense of belonging to our community? Without a shred of doubt, having sense of belonging to one's community is a natural need, in the sense that it takes care of some fundamental natural needs in our lives. Our need to belong to a community is like our need for food, it's like our need for water.
We are dynamic, we are Sharia, we are the followers, Ahlul Bayt. It's a resilient community.
I'd say vision, and you see that the whole community has one vision.
I think the impact we have done, like 140,000, and the impact we have made since the time of Mullah Asghar till now is legendary.
I think we're very welcoming and we're very vibrant.
Alhamdulillah, it's pleasing to see all Mu'mineen who have gathered from different parts of the world, and may Allah give us a success with the wasila of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
I do believe that we are a progressive community. Definitely we have our disagreements, but I think that's a sign of a progressive community who are willing to be open about debates.
Shift Hall, inshallah, when I next come, I will be across the road from here with a newly built center. If you haven't been to Birmingham, I suggest you come.
And also I have to at this point thank my team. They've really worked hard to service and help as much as we can to the World Federation, and I hope that there is no shortfall on our part. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
It was such a lovely opportunity for Birmingham to be holding or hosting the WF Exco. We were super excited. I can tell you this is all a result of months and months of preparation.
Drive and unity and the growth in the community, and plus as a Birmingham, okay, I can see it will help us to enhance and bring a more resilient as well to the Birmingham community.
Alhamdulillah, it's great to see all the work, the leadership together, people are working together, making major decisions together. It's a great experience, and Alhamdulillah, it's great to see that.
દુનિયા એકદમ ફાસ્ટ આગળ જાય છે, અને આપણા યુથને ખાસ કરીને હું અપીલ કરું છું કે તમે લોકો કોન્ફિડન્સ રાખો જમાતો ઉપર, રિજનલ ફેડરેશન ઉપર. વર્લ્ડ ફેડરેશન આપણી જે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન છે, આપણી સંસ્થાઓ છે, એ ઘણું કામ કરે છે. ઘણી વખત આપણને પડબારું ન દેખાય, પણ આ કામ દેખાય છે જે આપણા બાપ દાદા કરી ગયા. હમણાં બિર્મિંઘામ 50 years સેલિબ્રેટ કરે છે, તો 50 વર્ષ જમાતનો જે સફર અને જર્ની છે, એનો એચિવમેન્ટ શું છે કે માશાલ્લાહ આ કોમ્પ્લેક્સ ઇઝ ધ બિગ એચિવમેન્ટ ફોર ધ કોમ્યુનિટી.
We really need to get our next generation involved in this community. We exist to serve, but we will only exist when this young generation comes in and starts taking over these positions, giving their ideas and their thoughts on how we can move forward. And inshallah, we can do that.
I appreciate all the volunteers that take this time, because there is nothing like being a volunteer to give your time selflessly for the benefit of the community.
તમે લોકોએ જે અહીંયા મને બધા લીડરોને બોલાવી અને જે ખાતરદારી કરો છો આ ઠંડીમાં તમારા વોલેન્ટિયર્સ જે રીતે કામ કરે છે બહુ ફાઇન વસ્તુ છે અને આપણા બધા લીડરો અહીંયા ભેગા થયા છે તો મારે એક જ વસ્તુ કહેવી છે કે આપણી કોમ્યુનિટીમાં એક યુનિટી કરવાની બહુ જરૂર છે અને બધાએ યુનાઇટેડ થવાની જરૂર છે આ માટે થઈને આપણે બધાએ સાથે મળીને કામ કરવું પડશે ઇન્શાલ્લાહ. થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ.
So you'd have seen this video was created just now, and there was a WF Exco Executive Council meeting where our members went to participate as well. He's an affiliate from Kuwait, Fayaz Bhai and Sajjad Bhai both went for that meeting for one day. So you can see the theme of that video. It's all about we being united as a community and youths taking us forward now for the next generation, now taking forward us as a community. So I request all the youths of the Essex Jamaat to now step forward. Let's whatever ideas you've got, we are happy to engage with you. So I look forward to working with all the youths. That doesn't mean that the elders will. We take your ideas as well, but the youths are now the future. So we do require all the youths to come and take our community forward. Before I invite the Maulana member, can I request everyone to just move a little bit forward so that people who come later can come enter the hall easily. Bar Muhammad wa al Muhammad salawat. Can you please invite the Maulana to remember the loud Nara Salat. Bar Muhammad wa al Muhammad salawat.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وبه نستعين وهو خير ناصر ومعين. الحمد لله الفرد الأحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد، ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام وعلى ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيدنا ونبينا وشفيعنا وطبيب نفوسنا وحبيب قلوبنا الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرضين بأبي القاسم المصطفى محمد، وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتخبين المنتجبين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من يوم عداوتهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فاطمة بضعة مني، من آذاها فقد آذاني، ومن آذاني فقد آذى الله. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. Respected Mu'mineen, first and foremost, I would like to extend my heartiest felicitation, congratulation, greeting on this auspicious night where we are celebrating the birth anniversary of our Lady Master Sayyida Fatimah Zahra alayha salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. As we all know that Fatimah Zahra alayha salam, she has a miraculous birth And Bibi Fatemah Zahra also, she had so many titles and so many names. But when it comes to name is Fatima. Fatima itself also it has also very deep understanding. And one of the understanding of word Fatima, لأنها فطمت محبيها من النار. Fatima is named Fatima because she is going to protect her followers from the hellfire. So that is why Fatima is named Fatima. But alongside with the name, Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, she had so many titles, several titles, more than 10 titles. For example, one of the titles is Mansura, Zahra, Mubaraka, Tayyiba, Tahira, Mutahhara, Radiya, Mardiya. All these titles are related to Fatima Zahra. And we all know that the titles of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they always indicate their lofty status as well as the responsibility of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So that is why we cannot take the titles of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam so lightly. We have to take them so seriously. The title that I would like to discuss today for this auspicious occasion, that is Wiladat of Bibi Zahra alayhi salatu wa salam. Recite loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And this title, it is very, is not very famous. And the title is Haniya. When we say Hani or Haniya, so Haniya, actually there are two words. One is Haniya with do chashmiha, Hawwas. So it has, meaning, the meaning of Hani or Haniya, the one who is happy. But this is not the title of Bibi Zahra alayhi salam. The title of Bibi Zahra is Haniya with Ha al-Hutti, with Ha without the dot, the sister of Jim. So Haniya. What is the meaning of Haniya? Actually, Haniya means our ulama, they have written complete book about the explanation of the titles of Ahlul Bayt, and especially the titles of Bibi Zahra alayhi salam. Complete book, almost more than 300 pages has been written about the explanation of titles of Bibi Fatemah Zahra. So when Allama al-Majlisi, he discussed the title of Haniya of Bibi Zahra, he says al-mushfiq. Haniya means يعني المشفقة على زوجها وولدها وأطرافها. The meaning of Haniya is that Fatima Zahra, she was kind, compassionate for her husband, for her children, and for those who are around her. So this is the literal meaning, or this is the meaning which has been presented by Allama al-Majlisi. And based on that, if you look at this, the meaning of Haniya means kind. Bibi Zahra, she was kind, she was loving, toward those who are around her. So this, Haniya is a beautiful characteristic and beautiful quality of Bibi Zahra alayhi salam. So Bibi Zahra alayhi salam, if you look at the hadith also, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, he says, Inna Allah la yaghdibu bi ghadabi Fatima wa yardaha lirridaha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is pleased with the one who Fatima Zahra is pleased with. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry with one, Fatima Zahra is angered with them. So this is also indicated in the riwayat. And also this characteristic of Bibi Fatima Zahra is the same characteristic of her father. Rasulullah, if you look at the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran, He says, Ashidda'u alal kuffar wa ruhama'u baynahum. Rasulullah, he was Rahim, he was kind toward the mu'mineen. And Rasulullah, he was so hard and so severe toward the kuffar. And similar to here, Bibi Fatima Zahra, she was kind to the mu'mineen. And she was so hard and harsh toward the kuffar. So Haniya, but we are not discussing about the dimension where Bibi Fatemah Zahra is angry. We are discussing the other dimension of Bibi Zahra life. That Fatemah Zahra, she is Haniya. She is loving. She is compassionate toward those who are around him. That is why, based on this, muqaddama, I divided my discourse into a 4 category or into 4, portion. When we are kind, so our kindness, it is divided into 4 category. One category, we are kind toward our parent. Sometime and similar over here, Bibi Zahra alayhi salam, she is Haniya, she is loving, she is compassionate. She, number 1, category, Fatemah Zahra, she is loving and compassionate toward her father. Number 1. Number 2, she was compassionate toward her husband. Number 3, discourse is about that Fatemah Zahra, she was Haniya toward her children. Number 4, she was Haniya to those who are around her, toward those who are neighbors, those who are community member. So first discourse, it is about the Fatemah Zahra. She was, kind toward her father. Father, and of course, this title of Bibi Zahra alayhi salam, it is a role, it is a path for us. And because Bibi Zahra alayhi salam, she is hujjatun, she is a hujjah, she is an evidence of Allah subhanahu, and she is a complete and absolute path for us or for our salvation. So Fatemah Zahra, number 1, she is kind toward her, parent. And therefore, and it is also our responsibility and it is also demand of our religion that each and every Muslim, and especially the follower of Bibi Fatemah Zahra, has to be or should be kind toward his or her parent. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran very clearly says, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, that one of the responsibility of a Muslim or the follower of the Quran, that he has to do and he has to be kind toward his parent. So parent, they are very important. Even in Quran it is mentioned, وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفْ, that you are not even permitted. Sometimes, the word which you use, uf. Uf means that you are angry and you are controlling yourself. And without control, without intention, the word uf comes out from your mouth. Even this word, sometimes you are angry with your parent. For example, your parent, they are not happy with you. You are not happy with your parent. And you get so angry, especially the youth, and they have to listen it very carefully. Sometimes youth, they get angry, and the anger is, filled and out of control. They say, oof. So even this oof is not permitted. This oof toward parent is not allowed. And look at the wording of the Quran. What Quran says? وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ ihsana, that you have to be good, you have to be kind, you have to be compassionate toward your parent. So, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the term ihsana without any condition. Absolute walidain is used. What is the meaning of it? That the walidain, the word walidain is used mutlaqa. Mutlaqa means without any condition. Means whether parent they are alive or they are not alive. So you have to, be kind toward them. Once upon a time, a person comes to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. And he said to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, my parent, sometime it happened, the moment our parent passed away, we think our responsibility of being kind toward parent, it is over. Now, the task is finished. So this man, he comes to Rasulullah and he said, Ya Rasulullah, my parent, they passed away. Now, is my duty or is my task is over? Rasulullah said, no. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, he said, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, you have to be kind toward your parent, whether they are alive or they are dead. So then this man, he asked Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, they are no more there. How can I please them? How can I serve them? Rasulullah said, you can serve them by 4 things. Number 1 thing, Rasulullah told him that you have to do istighfar for them. Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu ilayh, in their behalf. The moment you do istighfar for them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive the sins of your parent. So this is one. Number two, Rasulullah said, give sadaqah, give charity in their behalf. Sadaqah, it is very, very important. And especially first night, when someone depart from this dunya, the most important action in night of, first night of burial is giving charity in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many a time, we think just recitation of Quran or just, praying namaz, this is all about the, sending the reward to the marhumin. No, sadaqah is most important thing, what I have seen according to the riwayah. So number one thing, do istighfar. Number two thing, that give charity in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their behalf. Number three, pray namaz for them. If they had wajib namaz on their shoulder and they left this dunya, so you pray their qadha namaz. If there is no qadha namaz, then you have to pray the mustahab namaz, and there are several mustahab namaz. And number four thing, this is very important, be kind toward the friends of your parent. Wallahi, this is very important. Your father, let's say, he passed away, and he had a friend, and he had, he had good relation. So your father is not there. What Rasulullah said, you want to pay the response, you want to pay effort, and you want to do something good for your parent. Those are already dead. Go to the friends of your parent and do good with them. Allahu Akbar. What a beautiful, religion we have. Let me give you a beautiful story, especially for the children. Once upon a time, Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was going for a journey, and in the way they passed from a qabristan, from graveyard, and over there, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, Prophet Isa, he stopped and he confronted a grave, and over there he stops. And when he stops there, so his color of his face is changed. So Hawariyun, the disciples of Prophet Isa alayhi salam, they asked, Ya Nabi Allah, what is happening? Why your face has been changed? Is there something wrong? So Nabi Isa alayhi salam, he said, yes, the man of this grave is being punished by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's move from here quickly. So narration says, when they left there, and when they were coming back again, they passed from the same qabristan. So over there, when they passed, Prophet Isa alayhi salam faced the same grave again. So Prophet Isa, he stops there, and now started smiling. Disciple, they asked, Ya Nabi Allah, what is happening? When we were going, you were sad, your face of your color was changed, but now you are happy. So Prophet Isa alayhi salam, he said that now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removed his adhab, and mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showered upon him. So disciples, they said, Ya Nabi Allah, you are a man who alive the dead body. Why don't you ask him what wrong he did, and what, why he is being, mercied by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why he is receiving the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now? Or you can even communicate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So narration says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam communicated with Allah, with Jibra'il. Jibra'il told him that kana lahu waladun salih. This man, he had a righteous son. And now because he is grown up, he did two things. Just imagine. He said he did two things. Aslaha tariqan. Number one thing he did, that he prepared, or he reform what you call a way. There was a road which was not appropriate road. People, they were getting problem in that road. So this man, he repaired that road. Because of repairing that road, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala removed his adhab from his grave. And the number two thing, fa'awa yatiman, because he took the kifala responsibility of a yatim. So when a child, in short, when a child does a good thing, no matter he has intention of his father, and that is why we have a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. He said, إِذَا مَاتَ الْإِنسَانِ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلَهُ إِلَّا بِثَلَاثٍ. That the moment human being departed from this world, so all his account is cut. His connection is cut from this dunya, except three things. Number one, sadaqatun jariyah, if he does any sadaqah jariyah. Or number two thing, ilmun yantafi'u bihin nas. He left an idea in community and community is still benefiting from that ilm or that idea. Number three things, it is very, very important that this man, he leaves a waladun salih, righteous son. The moment, whenever righteous son is doing a good deed, automatically the share of parent reaches to the earth. Anyway, in short, parent, no matter, Quran says, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. No matter parent are alive or they are not alive, still the responsibility responsibility of parent on the shoulder of children remain. So that is why, we have to be Haniya. This is the title of Bibi Zahra, that Haniya, she was Haniya toward her parent. And this is one of the interpretation of Wabil Walidain Ihsan. Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. So this is one interpretation. The other interpretation, because Quran says Wabil Walidain Ihsana, Walidain is used absolutely, or Walidain is used mutlaqan, without any condition. So ulama, they said the meaning of Walidain over here, no matter Walidain, they are Muslim or they are Kafir. Child responsibility is that he has to be Haniya, he has to be kind toward the parent, no matter they are Muslim or non-Muslim. A person, whose name is, actually in the time of Rasulullah, there was a man whose name is Abdullah ibn Ubay. Abdullah ibn Ubay, he was kafir, he was munafiq actually. Munafiq means in reality he's kafir, and apparently he expressed that he is a Muslim. He had a son, his son was real mu'min. He comes to Rasulullah and he said, Ya Rasulullah, my father, he's a munafiq man. Would you allow me to kill him because always he is giving damage to the Islam? Rasulullah said, yes. However, your father is wajibul qadr. He has to be killed. But I will not permit you to kill your father. Because Islam tells you that you have to be kind with your parent, with your father, no matter he is a Muslim or non-Muslim. So Islam, there are so many, there are some things, whether you are not certain things, there's no condition. And one of them is parent, no matter they are Muslim or they are non-Muslim. You are not allowed to be harsh toward them. You have to be kind all the time. Even if you look at the, Abu Lahab, when he was departed from this dunya, on his last moment, he was abusing Rasulullah. Rasulullah used to say that he is worse than the Fir'aun of Musa alayhi salam. Why? Because Fir'aun, when he was being drowned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what did he say? That, oh Musa, help me. He was not abusing Musa, he was calling Musa. But the Fir'aun of my time, on his last moment, he is abusing me. Such an evil and such a bad person. So his son, whose name is Akrama, later on he became Muslim. Just imagine, how Islam gives importance to the parent, how Islam tells you that you have to be Haniya, the way Fatemah Zahra was Haniya toward her parent. So Islam says, narration says that the Akrama, he became Muslim, the son of Abu Lahab. So when he was in Medina, Muslims, sometimes they are very mischievous people. So they started, mocking him. Whenever, Akrama is there, they started reciting, Tabbat yada abi lahabi wa tab. So this man, he used to be hurt by Muslims. So Rasulullah called Muslim. And they said, Wala tasubbu abahu. Because he is son of Abu Lahab. So therefore, in front of him, do not abuse his father. Because he has to respect father is always respected. So one of the title of Fatemah Zahra is Haniya, and she was Haniya, she was mushfiqa, she was, compassionate toward her father. Now, let me give you, complete the ayah and the interpretation of the ayah. So one interpretation of the ayah, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنَ إِحْسَانًا, means that no matter parent they are alive or they are dead, our responsibility does not end. We have to be kind toward our parent. And number two interpretation of this ayah, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنَ إِحْسَانًا, no matter parent they are kafir or they are Muslim, we have to be kind in all the condition. And number 3 interpretation of the ayah. Ulama, they say, no matter parent, they are just or unjust, still you have to be, kind toward the parent. And therefore, beautiful hadith. Hadith says, "Mamata, nadara matatin." Whosoever have harsh, look at the parent, lam yaqbalillahu salatahu arba'ina yawma. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept his dua for 40 days. Allahu Akbar. Parents, they are so important in the ayah. So no matter parent, they are just or unjust. Once upon a time, in the time of our 60th Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, a person comes and he said, Yabna Rasulillah, and he brought his father with him. So he said to Imam, "Ya Imam, this of my father, I came to you and I have a complaint of my father." And what is the complaint? My father, he put his hand in my wealth and he has stolen or he has eaten, illegitimately, na'udhu. So our 60th Imam, he said, here Imam is not discussing about the jurisprudential issue. Over here, the akhlaqiyat, the etiquettes are discussed. Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, when he heard that this man, he is complaining about his father, that his father has stolen his money. So Imam said, Anta wa maluka le abi. You and your wealth, both of them, they are property of your father. You have come to me and have complained of your father. This is something, illogical. We are the property of our father. And Bibi Fatemah Zahra alayhi salatu wasalam, she was so kind to her parents. And because Bibi Khadija, she was passed away in Mecca, while Bibi Fatemah Zahra was only 5 years old. But she served her father very beautifully. And narration says, in Mecca, once upon a time, Rasulullah, he was in Masjidul Haram and he was offering his namaz, praying his namaz, and he was in sajda. Abu Jahl, out of enmity, he entered into Masjidul Haram with some guts of animal, the filth of animal and intestine or these type of the things. So he entered in the Masjidul Haram and he's carrying, guts of the animal, and he dumped it on the face or on the back of Rasulullah. So narration says at that moment, and then he runs away from there. So Bibi Fatemah Zahra comes to know, and she comes with water, and she, washes her father, and while she was crying, and she is cleaning his, she is cleaning her father's body, and when she was crying, Rasulullah said, "Fadaha abuha, fadaha abuha, fadaha abuha, anti ummu abiha." Rasulullah said, "Oh my daughter, may your father sacrifice upon you. Oh my daughter, you are the mother of your father." This is the kindness, then this is the haniya, because Fatima, she was haniya to her parent. And that is why, Bibi Fatima, she had severe love, strong love toward, his father. And narration says, when, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was departed from this dunya, so what happened? One day, Fatima Zahra, she called Imam Amirul Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam, beside Allah salawat Allah. So what happened? She called Imam Amirul Mu'minin. She said, "Oh Ali, when look at how Fatima Zahra was haniya to her parent." She said, "Oh, Ya Ali, you gave ghusl to my father, and kafan, you shrouded him. And Ya Ali, my father, he had a shirt on his body, and then after his demise, you removed the shirt and then you shrouded him. So Ya Ali, where is that shirt?" Narration says, because that shirt, Imam Amirul Mu'minin, he says that I have hidden the shirt so Fatima Zahra could not see it, otherwise Fatima Zahra would be sad because of seeing that shirt of that would remind the Rasulullah. So Amirul Mu'minin, he has hidden that shirt. So Fatima Zahra, she said, "Ya Ali, can you bring that shirt? I want to see that." So narration said, فَلَمَّا اشْتَمَتَتْهُ غُشِيَ عَلَيْهَا. Narration said, the moment Fatima Zahra looked at the shirt of Rasulullah, she was fainted on the spot. This was the love of Fatima Zahra. And that is why you see when the battle of Ahzab was about, battle of Khandaq about to take place, and Rasulullah also was digging the Khandaq, and all Muslims, they were digging Khandaq. So at that moment, narration says, Fatima Zahra, just look at how Fatima Zahra was haniya toward her parent. Narration says Rasulullah, he was hungry, and because the situation of Muslim was not that good, they were in a financial crisis. So all Muslims, they did not have even enough food. So Rasulullah, he himself was digging the Khandaq. And Fatima Zahra, one day she entered into the the Khandaq, and she is holding some a small bag of bread, and she put that bread before Rasulullah. Rasulullah said, "Oh Fatima, since 2 days, there is no single morsel that went under my throat or into my stomach." So at that moment, Fatima Zahra, she said, "Yes, Baba, I know it." And I had very small flour at home, and I made some chapati, or I made some bread, and I removed little bread from every portion of Hassan and Hussein and Zainab and Kulthum and Imam Ali, and from my portion also I brought it over here. This is a simple story, but it is indicating that how a daughter and how a son should have affection, should have kindness toward his parent. Many times it happens in our community, and we have observed it. Our sister, the moment they get married, they forget their parents, where they are. This, Seerah of Bibi Fatemah Zahra alayhi salam, it says, no matter you are married, no matter you are, where you go, still you have to have a strong bond with your parent. This is very important. So Fatemah Zahra, number one thing, she is haniya toward her parent. Number two things, Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam, she is haniya toward her husband. This is very important. This I love salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Fatimah Zahra, she is haniya toward her parent, her husband. And this relationship, she is compassionate, she is loving toward, her spouse. And today, unfortunately, this teaching of Bibi Zahra, or this quality of Bibi Zahra, is lacking in the community. I'm not talking about the Essex. I have, worldwide. Even if you come to India, Pakistan, Iran, even Iraq, Muslim countries. I'm not talking about the European countries. Even in Muslim countries, husband and wife, they are not kind. They are not haniya toward one another. This is, something very, very important. Today, so many problems are there in community, especially in marital life, especially in upbringing the children, because husband and wife, they do not have good relation. They are not kind toward one another. And that is why, if you look at the Quran, the purpose of marriage, لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. The purpose of marriage is that we have to send sukoon to one another. Sukoon to one another. What is the problem? The problem is, Quran is not talking about that you should receive sukoon. You should give sukoon to one another. Responsibility is that I have to send, sukoon to my wife. My wife's responsibility is that she has to. It is not like, this is our right. We always talk about our own right. That my wife, she has to give me the sukoon. No, the first step is that you have to give sukoon to your wife. The first step is that you have to give sukoon to your husband. Look at the, when Bibi Fatimah Zahra, they used to talk with one another, they used to use a beautiful word. Narration says that Fatimah Zahra, whenever she used to speak, she used to say to Amirul Mu'minin, Ya Ali, ruhi le ruhik al-fida, nafsi le nafsik al-fida, in kunta fi khairin, kuntu fi khairin, wa in kunta fi sharrin, kuntu fi sharrin. Beautiful wording. Bibi Zahra, she said to Imam Amirul Mu'minin, Ya Ali, may my soul be sacrificed upon you. May my ruh, spirit, sacrifice upon you. Ya Ali, if you are in good condition, Fatima is in good condition. Ya Ali, if you are in trouble, Fatima al-Zahra is in trouble. So this is, showing that Fatima al-Zahra, she was haniya toward her parent. And that is why Amir al-Mu'minin, Amir alayhi salatu was-salam, when Fatima al-Zahra was on the bed of alalat, bed of, sickness. So over there, Fatima al-Zahra, she called Amir al-Mu'minin. So she said, Ya Ali, can you please say from your word that you are pleased by me? Ya Ali, can you please repeat? Ali, Amir al-Mu'minin said, yes, Fatima. There was no problem in our life at all. But Bibi Fatima al-Zahra, she said, Ya Ali, you confess by your tongue that I did not offend you. Ya Ali, you confess by your tongue that you are pleased by me. So, Bibi Fatima al-Zahra was emphasizing on it. Why? Because she said, Ya Ali, because I heard from Rasulullah that if you want to know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased by you or is happy with you, so your wife or your spouse has to be happy with you. This is that is why Fatima al-Zahra was emphasizing on it. And when Amir al-Mu'minin, he buried Fatima al-Zahra. So over there he makes dua and he said, Allahumma inni amsaytu an bint nabiyyika radiya fardi anha. Ya Allah, I bear witness that I was pleased by Fatima al-Zahra. Ya Allah, you be happy and pleased with Fatima al-Zahra. So these are the relationship and how Fatima al-Zahra, she was kind to Amir al-Mu'minin. And let me give you a beautiful riwayah over here. There is a man and her, his wife name is Zainab or Hawla. Hawla actually, she was a attar or fragrance or perfume seller. She used to sell the perfume. So what happened? Both of them, they used to live in Medina, and this woman, Hawla, actually her name is Zainab, but she was famous Hawla Attara, means perfume seller Hawla. So whenever she used to bring the new fragrance or new perfume, Rasulullah used to buy from her, because Rasulullah, he was fond of perfume. So one day what happened? This Hawla, early morning, after Fajr Namaz, the moment Rasulullah comes back from Masjid, after his Fajr prayer, Rasulullah found her at his door of his house. And she is crying and she is complaining about her husband. Listen it very carefully, especially my daughters and sisters and, and even the youth. So she started complaining that, Ya Rasulullah, last night, I fought with my husband. And of course, the mistake was from me. She confessed that the mistake was from her. And then she said, Ya Rasulullah, but now he's not ready to reconcile. He's delaying in reconciling. So narration says over here, and so of course it is a narration. It's the beauty of Islam. Islam did not leave single field of our life where he did not shed any light on it. There are different type of people, different type of couple. Sometimes there are people, they get angry very quickly and then they reconcile quickly. There are people, they delay in getting angry and they delay in reconciling also. Sometimes vice versa. 4 categories are there. So anyway, this narration says the best category of the people is, or the best category of a spouse is the one who get angry lately and reconcile quickly. This is the best one. So this woman, she comes to house of Rasulullah and she said, Ya Rasulullah, my husband got angry, but he is not ready to reconcile with me. Here Rasulullah gave him a complete lecture. 2 pages, this narration contained 2 pages. And one of the sentence which I'm quoting for my sisters and for my daughters. What Rasulullah said? Rasulullah said that, oh Hawla, listen it very carefully. That if a woman has fight with her husband and she sleeps on her bed throughout the night, the angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send curse upon such a lady. Just imagine, Islam does not accept any conflict or any, anger in between husband and wife. And this is not only about the women. Even husbands, they have some responsibility. Otherwise, I have to mention a riwayah over here. Our sisters, they will complain, Maulana, you just have talked about, ladies and sisters. Of, our sixth Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. Also, man, he has some responsibility. Imam said, our sixth Imam, he said, المرء يحتاج إلى ثلاث خصال في بيته. A man, he must have three qualities in him while he is having marital life. This is very important. Man is not only from mustard and beer. Man must have some qualities. It is not like just, man is man by sex. No. Man, he has to have some qualities, then he is male. Then he is, man. And Imam Sadiq, he said, man has to have three qualities. If he does not have these three qualities, yukallifuha. He has to create those three qualities within him. Otherwise, he is not a man. Otherwise, he will not be able to fulfill the responsibility of a man, of a husband. So this is important. Then, in lam yakun dhalika fi tab'i. If they are not there, if these three qualities are not there, he should create. Many times people, they say, oh, I am a short temper, by my gene. My father used to be so. My grandfather used to be so. So this being short temper, we have to remove this quality. Islam says that any bad habit that you have, you cannot have excuse that it is in your genes. And what are those three qualities? Our sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, recite Allah salawat ala Muhammad. Number one quality, listen it very carefully, especially my youth and my elderly people. They said, mu'ashiratun jamila. Man, when he get married and when he is in marital life, he must have a good behavior. He must have a good behavior. Sometimes you see people, there are some husbands, as long as they are out of the house, mashallah, family member, they are happy. Wife is happy. Children, they are happy. Alhamdulillah, Fir'aun is away from the house. The moment husband enter in the house, they all get scared. They all, go in their rooms, in the corner. Islam says, no. If you are man, you have to have good akhlaq. The moment you enter in your house, entire of your family should be happy with your presence. This is one. Good akhlaq, good behavior. Number two, that man has to be generous. He should spend on the families. It's not like that man always having saving. Credit is going high. No, man, if you are really man, it's not like you have to be stingy. You have to spend on your family member, your children, on your wife. Yes, if you do not have, then of course there is the excuse. But if you have, then the quality of man is that he has to fulfill all the requirement and all the desires of, his wife and the children. And number three, وَغَيْرَةٌ بِالتَّحَسُّنِ. غَيْرَةٌ, number three quality, that man must have غَيْرَةٌ. What is the غَيْرَةٌ? غَيْرَةٌ actually, in English I could not find the proper word, but they say self-respect, self-dignity, sense of dignity. Today, the problem is, there are some, terms, Islamic terms. Today, those Islamic terms, people, they are changing their meaning. This ghairat, especially the people, those who are Arab and who, those who are, Indian and Pakistani, they know ghairat. What is the meaning of ghairat? Ghairat means that you do not allow anyone into your boundary. So man has to have ghairat toward his family member. Meaning, what is the meaning of it? That man should have this sense of feeling that if his wife is getting out without hijab, he must have ghairat. He should not tolerate it. If his wife or his daughter having, wrong relationship with na-mahram, with illegitimate, he must have ghairat. He should stop her. This is one of the, today, what is the problem? Today, how many families, they are spoiled because of not having one of these three quality which our sixth Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam has mentioned. Recite Allah salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So Fatima Zahra, she is Haniya toward her parent, and she is Haniya toward her husband. And that is why you see how Fatima Zahra, she was, she was faithful to Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know, when she was about to depart from this dunya, Fatima Zahra, she called Amir al-Mu'mineen. She said, Ya Ali, in our marital life, this is also very important for husband and wife. Ya Ali, Ya Abul Hasan, in our marital life, I had not these three things at all. What are those things? And especially we have to have these three things for, both male and female. Number one, ma ahidtani kadhiba. Ya Ali, I never ever spoke with you lie. This is very important. Husband sometimes he speaks lie to wife. Wife, they speak lie. Fatima Zahra, she said, Ya Ali, 7, 8 years or 9 years I lived with you since I got married with you. Ya Ali, I did not speak lie to you. This is one. Number two, wala kha'ina. I never ever cheated you, Ya Ali. This is also, a very significant thing. I'm not going in detail, but Fatima Zahra said, number one, I never speak lie to you. Number two, wala kha'ina, I never ever betrayed or cheated you. And number three, ma khalaftuka mundu ashartani. Ya Ali, since I got married, I never ever disobey you. Ya Ali, Allahu Akbar. This is the, Fatima Zahra. This is how Fatima Zahra was Haniya. Anyway, time is not ample. That is why I'm concluding. Number one thing, Fatima Zahra Haniya, she is loving, she is compassionate toward her father or toward her parent. Number two, toward her husband, toward her partner or spouse. Number three, she was Haniya toward her children. You know the story of Surat Al-Ata, Imam al-Hasan and Imam al-Hussein, both of them, they fall sick. And Fatima Zahra, she made nazar out of, because she is Haniya, 3 days fasting. And top of that, when she kept fast, Miskin come, Asir come, Faqir come, an entire portion of his iftar, she present and she gave over there. So over here, the love Fatima Zahra she had to the children. We also have love toward our children. But the love of Fatima Zahra is different from the love that we have. We have love to our children, mashallah. We are very cautious. We are very loving to the physical body of our children. We say, oh, my children too should not be spoiled. We have to go to the dentist regularly. The health wise, the food that we are providing. Fatima Zahra, of course, she was very cautious about the food and all those things. But she was also very concerning about the hereafter of Hassan and Hussein and Zainab and Kulsum. She is teaching them. Of course, they are Masum, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein. But still, her, action toward Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein, toward Bibi Zainab and Kulsum, they are role model for us. So Bibi Zainab, what she does? She give all her food to the yatim and faqir and miskin. And then, in front of Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein, she goes to the Masjid al-Nabawi and give khutbatul fadaqiyya over there. So this is how children, they are learning from the action of Fatima Zahra. Because Imam al-Hassan alayhi salam, he has seen that how my mother was sacrificing her food and how my mother was giving charity. That is why Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba was so generous, and so many times Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba gave entire of his wealth in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And similar to Imam al-Hussein, because he has seen that her mother was so generous. She was in need of that food, but still she gives to the faqir and miskin and asir. That is why Imam al-Hussein, entire of his wealth. What Imam al-Hussein? Taraktul khalqa ilahi, taraktul khalqa lakay hawak. Ya Allah, I sacrifice everything in your way. My children, my wealth, my health, my life. So this, sense of sacrificing, they got from Bibi Fatima Zahra alayhi salam, because she was Haniya. And therefore, Bibi Zainab, where did she get this courage to give khutbah and defend the Imam of her time? Bibi Zainab, She gave khutbah in the court of Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad and also in the court of Yazid. Because she learned it from the Bibi Fatemah. So she was haniya toward the children, and also she was haniya toward the community member. This is the last one, and I will inshallah conclude on last sentence which Fatimah Zahra expressed that how she was haniya toward the community. She said, when Fatimah Zahra was departing from this dunya, so she made dua from the bed where she was lying, and she was not able to stand up from that bed. So she said, Allahumma inni as'aluka bi mukhfaraqati waladi wa bi buka'i wuldi. Ya Allah, I beg to you, and I make wasila of losing my children, because now it is a time where they have to separate from one another. Fatimah Zahra is about to depart from this dunya. So she said, Ya Allah, I see, I beg to you by mufaraqat wuldi, by separating from my children, wa bi buka'i wuldi, and by the cry, because Imam al-Hasan, Imam al-Hussein, and Zainab and Kulsum, both all of them, they were crying. Bibi Zahra, she said, Ya Allah, I beg to you by making the wasila of their cry, an taghfira usata ummati abi. Allahu Akbar. Ya Allah, forgive the sins of nation of my father, ummat of my father. So this is how Fatimah Zahra, she was, haniya toward the community member. She was haniya toward parent. She was haniya toward her husband. She was haniya toward her children. She was haniya toward her community member. Let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, give us tawfiq to inculcate this quality and this teaching of Fatimah Zahra into our heart. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to implement being Fatimah Zahra haniya into our life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive the sins of our marhumin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to recite Quran and act upon Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to inculcate the seerah of Fatimah Zahra in our daily life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfill the hajat of all hadirin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect entire Muslimin, especially in Gaza, in Parachanar, and in Lebanon and Syria. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala annihilate the power of enemies of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala weaken the enemies of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give long life to our maraji. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasten the appearance of our Imam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordain us among the supporters of our Imam. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ahli baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. बीबी ज़हरा की विलादत मुबारक हो आप लोगों को। एक मरतबा फिर सलवात भेजिए मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद। फातिमा 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 पूछते हो विरसे अहमद में क्या ज़हरा का है। पूछते हो विरसे अहमद में क्या ज़हरा का है। जो नबी के पास है, जो नबी के पास है, सब फातिमा ज़हरा का है। फातिमा ज़हरा का है। فاطمہ 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 تم ستارے جن کو کہتے ہو ہیں ان کی خاک پا، تم ستارے جن کو کہتے ہو ہیں ان کی خاک پا، عرش کہتے ہو جسے، عرش کہتے ہو جسے، وہ راستہ زہرا کا ہے، فاطمہ زہرا کا ہے سب، فاطمہ زہرا کا ہے، فاطمہ زہرا کا ہے سب، فاطمہ زہرا کا ہے۔ احتراماً اٹھ رہے ہیں اپنی مسند سے رسول، احتراماً اٹھ رہے ہیں اپنی مسند سے رسول، اے مسلمان دیکھ لے، اے مسلمان دیکھ لے، یہ مرتبہ زہرا کا ہے، فاطمہ زہرا کا ہے سب، فاطمہ زہرا کا ہے، فاطمہ 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 فاطمہ، صلوات بھیجیے محمد والے محمد۔ ابیہا جان فاطمہ، ابیہا جان فاطمہ، ابیہا جان فاطمہ، ابیہا جان فاطمہ، فاطمہ فاطمہ فاطمہ، آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ، فاطمہ فاطمہ فاطمہ، آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ، فاطمہ فاطمہ فاطمہ، جھکائے سر ہے سوا لاکھ انبیاء زہرا، ہیں ان کے ہونٹوں پہ تسبیح صرف یا زہرا، یہ کہہ رہا ہے شہ مشرقین کے جیسا، خدا کو دے دیا بیٹا حسین کے جیسا، آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ، فاطمہ فاطمہ فاطمہ، فرشتوں کو بھی کریمہ نے رزق بانٹا ہے، نبی کی بیٹی نے روزے پہ روزہ رکھا ہے، بشر کے شکر کی محتاج ہی نہیں زہرا، تبھی خدا نے یہ آیات حل عطا میں کہا، آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ، فاطمہ فاطمہ فاطمہ، یہ حر بھی کہتے ہیں مانگو خدا سے کیا بی بی، مجھے تو آپ کا رومال مل گیا بی بی، میرے نصیب پہ اہل بہشت جھومتے ہیں، رسول بھی میرے ماتھے کو آ کے چومتے ہیں، آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ، فاطمہ فاطمہ فاطمہ. میں کیوں کہوں کہ فقط یہ فدق تمہارا ہے، جہاں میں جتنا ہے آب و نمک تمہارا ہے. فقیر ہے وہ حقیقت میں مالا مال نہیں، جو یہ نہ بولے وہ انسان نمک حلال نہیں. آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ 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 فاطمہ. علی و زہرا سے سجا دل سیکھ لے دنیا، کہ کیسے دونوں نے ایک دوسرے کا ساتھ دیا. بطول کہتی تھی جس وقت شکریہ مولا، تو مسکرا کے ہمیشہ یہ مرتضیٰ نے کہا. آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ 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 فاطمہ. آپ کا شکریہ فاطمہ 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 فاطمہ. صلوات بھیجیے محمد والے.
افضل السلام محمد وآل محمد. ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا، ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا، سب کے ہونٹوں پہ نام زہرا کا. ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا. ان کے بابا حبیب رب خود بھی، ان کے بابا حبیب رب خود بھی، کرتے ہیں احترام زہرا کا. ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا، ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا. والی کائنات ہے شوہر، والی کائنات ہے شوہر. ہر پسر ہے، ہر پسر ہے امام زہرا کا. ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا، ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا. روشنی جس کی ہے دو عالم میں، روشنی جس کی ہے دو عالم میں، وہ ہے ماہ، وہ ہے ماہ تمام زہرا کا. ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا، ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا. انبیاء مسند سے اٹھتے ہیں، انبیاء مسند سے اٹھتے ہیں. جب بھی آتا او جب بھی آتا ہے نام زہرا کا. ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا کیوں نہ زینب دے شام میں خطبے کیوں نہ زینب دے شام میں خطبے سن چکی ہے سن چکی ہے کلام زہرا کا ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا ہر مصیبت میں کام آتا ہے ہر مصیبت میں کام آتا ہے اس میں اعظم ہے نام زہرا کا ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا ہر فرشتہ غلام زہرا کا افضل السلام محمد وآل محمد آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ جبرائیل امی دہ رہے ہیں صدا آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آج خوش ہے بہت اشرف الانبیاء آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ عرش سے فرش تک نور کا ہے سما آئی عالم میں گیارہ اماموں کی ماں عرش سے فرش تک نور کا ہے سما آئی عالم میں گیارہ اماموں کی ماں دور عالم کا سارا اندھیرا ہوا آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ مصطفیٰ اور حسنین اور مرتضیٰ حکم خالق پہ جب ہو گئے ایک جاں مصطفیٰ اور حسنین اور مرتضیٰ حکم خالق پہ جب ہو گئے ایک جاں پھر درودوں کی بارش میں زیر کسا آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ جس کے در سے ملک رزق پاتے رہے اور بن بن کے خیرات آتے رہے جس کے در سے ملک رزق پاتے رہے اور بن بن کے خیرات آتے رہے بھیک لینی ہے جا جلدی کش تو لو آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ میں گنہگار کیا میری اوقات کیا ایک آنسو کے بدلے صلائیں ملا میں گنہگار کیا میری اوقات کیا ایک آنسو کے بدلے صلائیں ملا خود سے خود میرے حق میں کر دے دعا آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ آ گئی فاطمہ. افضل السلام محمد وآل محمد. الہی ببیمار دشت بلا جو بیمار ہو جلد پاوے شفا. الہی براہ امام زمان ہمیں اول محشر سے دے تو امان. قیامت کو معشور ہو بالی اٹھے قبر سے کہے کہ ہم یالی ہے 5 جوانوں خدا احمد والی زہرا و حسن شبیر حسنین تا امام زمان. شبیر حسنین تا امام زمان. ہر ایک پہ صدا صلوات پڑھو صلوات صلوات و سلام یا امام زمان فرماؤ ظہور یا امام زمان. صلوات.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على فاطمة وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسر المستودع فيها بعدد ما أحاط به علمك. صلى الله عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا نبي الله. السلام عليك يا أبا القاسم يا محمد بن عبد الله. السلام عليك يا وصي رسول الله. السلام عليك يا سيد الوصيين وأمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا علي بن أبي طالب. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أزور سيدتي ومولاتي يا فاطمة الزهراء سلام الله عليها عن نيابة إمام زمانا وجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات قربة إلى الله تعالى. السلام عليك يا ممتحنة امتحنك الله الذي خلقك قبل أن يخلقك ووجدك لما امتحنك صابرا. وزعمنا أن لك أولياء ومصدقون والصابرون لكل ما أتانا به أبوك صلى الله عليه وآله وأتى به وصيه. وإنا نسألك إن كنا صدقناك إلا الحقنا بتصديقنا لهما لنبشر نفسنا بأننا قد طهرنا بولايتك. السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. السلام عليك يا بنت نبي الله. السلام عليك يا بنت حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا بنت خليل الله. السلام عليك يا بنت صفي الله. السلام عليك يا بنت أمين الله. السلام عليك يا بنت خير خلق الله. السلام عليك يا بنت أفضل أنبياء الله ورسله وملائكته. السلام عليك يا بنت خير البرية. السلام عليك يا سيدة نساء العالمين من الأولين والآخرين. السلام عليك يا زوجة ولي الله وخير الخلق بعد رسول الله. السلام عليك يا أم الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة. السلام عليك أيتها الصديقة الشهيدة. السلام عليك أيتها الرزية المرزية. السلام عليك أيتها الفاضلة الزكية. السلام عليك أيتها الحوراء الإنسية. السلام عليك أيتها التقية النقية. السلام عليك أيتها المحدثة العليمة. السلام عليك أيتها المظلومة المغصوبة. السلام عليك أيتها المستعدة المقهورة. السلام عليك يا فاطمة بنت رسول الله ورحمة الله وبركاته. صلى الله عليك وعلى روحك وبدنك. أشهد أنك مضيت على بينة من ربك وأن من سرك فقد سر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. ومن جفاك فقد جفا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. ومن آذاك فقد آذى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. ومن وصلك فقد وصل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. ومن قطعك فقد قطع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. لأنك بضعة منه وروحه الذي بين جنبي. أشهد الله ورسله وملائكته أني راض عمن رضيت عنه ساخط على من سخطت عليه متبرئ ممن تبرأت منه موال لمن واليت معاد لمن عاديت مبغض لمن أبغضت محب لمن أحبب. وكفى بالله شهيدا وحسيبا وجاسيا ومصيبا. السلام عليك ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى أم المؤمنين والمؤمنات. السلام عليك يا أبا محمد حسن بن علي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار. ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. ولعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا غريب الغرباء. السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء. السلام عليك يا شمس الشموس وأنيس النفوس. أيها المدفون بأرض طوس السلطان أبا الحسن علي بن موسى الرضا. كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدينا في يوم الجزاء. السلام عليكم يا آبائك السبعة وأبنائك الأربعة ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا بقية الله في الأرض يا مولانا يا صاحب العصر والزمان. الأمان الأمان من فتن آخر الزمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن ويا وارث القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك وجعل الله من أنصاره وأعوانه والمستشهدين بين يديه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. رحم الله من يكره الفاتحة على الأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات وشفاء المرضى وقضاء الحاجات مع الصلوات.